Hey guys, it's Miko from MO Sound Lab, and today we'll experience the power of vintage impulse responses. Let's check it out. So to really show the power of vintage IRs, I thought the best way to show them would be to use the most modern amplifier that I could come up with. And what better amp to use than the Super Duper by MO Sound Lab. Okay, so this is the Super Duper amp sim made by MO Sound Lab, and I'm using the Super amplifier. Essentially all the settings are stock. I can show it to you. All I did was boost the output a little bit and drop the treble and presence a bit, because this amplifier is actually voiced pretty bright. So to balance it out, I think it's good to kind of unbrighten it, so to say. So we just released the new cap pack, which is called 70s Giants, which has 3 guitar cabinets from the 70s, and these are all UK based. So the first one will be Boomtown, which is based on a Sound City 4x12 with Fane speakers, vintage Fane speakers in it. And this is probably the first really properly done Fane IR collection, so I definitely recommend you check these out. The second cabinet is called Tony, and this is based on a Laney Klipp vintage cabinet. This is basically the Black Sabbath sound, and these speakers in this cabinet are actually really rare Grayback speakers. Those came right after the Greenback period, and then came the Grayback. So these are very unique in their sound and only existed for a really short temporary moment there. So a very unique sound once again. And then we have Volt, which is based on a 1974 Hiwatt with G12H30s. So those are the heavy magnets lead cone version of the Greenback, and this is still using the Pulsonic cone just like the pre-roller speakers were. So this is once again very unique and important of speaker. So let's hear how they sound. Let's start with the Boomtown, and let's just pick the 57 and let's see what it sounds like. So the Boomtown IRs are definitely capable of taking this very modern sounding amp sim and turning it into something completely different and vintage sounding. And if you don't know the history of these type of speakers and cabinets, they've been notoriously being used controversially by Jimi Hendrix and more so by The Who and people of that like. Okay, let's jump to the next cabinet that we have here. And what we have is the Tony, and this is essentially the Black Sabbath sound from back in the day. So let's just hear once again just the 57 and what it sounds like. So once again, without even touching the amplifier or changing the guitar, just by switching the IR to a vintage Tony IR, what we get is something completely different and unique. And this is definitely, once again, one of those unique sounds that I think you should have in your collection. Okay, let's jump to the next cabinet, and this is the final one of the 3, and this is the Volt, obviously based on the Hiwatt from the day. And once again, let's just pick the 57 IR, nothing too fancy, let's keep it simple. And this is what it sounds like. Okay, went a little bit crazy there, but like I said before, it's still got the greenbacks with the Pulsonic cones, just like the pre-roller greenbacks, the best greenbacks in the world had. So definitely has a very recognizable sound to it, very British, and for me it just feels like all those indie bands like Arctic Monkeys and everything like that, just has that really cool vintage retro tone to it. Okay, so I hope I kind of showed you how unique of a character you can get with vintage IRs, and obviously combining them with modern amplifiers will get you a completely new and unique sound like I showed you here. Thank you so much for watching the video, and go check out the new pack, and see you guys later. Bye bye.